Hello everybody, this is White Wolf. Welcome. Feel free to share out, feel free to donate. And today's message, or tonight's message, wherever you are at, whatever you are doing, the message is still the same and the energy is still the same. So what I wanted to get on here and I wanted to talk about is just letting the divine lead you. What does it mean to let the divine lead you? What does it mean to follow the breadcrumb trail of excitement? What does it mean to really follow your highest joy and your highest excitement and your highest resonance? And also just having obedience to your higher self, to your guides, to what God wants you to do for people, and just taking that step and having faith and truthfully just doing what God asks of you. And if you do all these things that Source asks of you, then you have obedience and you are following what God has placed on your path. This is a sense of grace. This is a sense of unity. This is a sense of understanding who we really are, and to just allow the divine to lead you and to orchestrate everything for you, so that everything within your reality is just being initiated by the divine. It's being programmed by the divine. It's not being programmed by unconscious thoughts or unconscious feelings or all these other things that do not really play within the realm of manifestation, grace, and charge and resonance. And when we have obedience and we have faith and we have trust and this understanding that we're being led to something, that it's just not all for nothing. When I'm like doing these lives, I know that it means something to somebody, and I know that it blesses somebody. So that's what the indication should be, and the implication should be that every time that you show your spirit, show the light of your spirit, show your love and show your compassion and show your resonance of who you are, every time that you do that, you allow someone to heal themselves, and you allow someone to get past what they could not heal from themselves, what they could not realize about themselves. And also just what maybe you can learn everything from your outer experience, and to learn from every type of reflection and circumstance, and even your children, and even the things in your life that you did not understand before, and realizing that you're gaining such a greater awareness and discernment about that, and an understanding of who you really are as a soul. So understanding this, we understand that. And also, by the way, you can feel free to share out, feel free to donate. This is White Wolf. We have a big message. It's just about like whatever you feel led to do, whatever really speaks to your heart. If you want to pray over somebody, if you want to pay someone's bills, if you want to be that source of energy and that source of charge and polarity, and you're just generating a different peripheral within your own reality, but within the entire universe, and just generating an impact on people's lives, and not only an impact on your life. So it's not just about impacting other people's lives, because you have to impact your life. You have to change who you are. You have to up your state of being, and you have to find the self-love and the self-divinity within yourself, so that you can show and express that love to others. So sometimes it's about buying yourself something. Sometimes it's about treating yourself. Sometimes it's just about really just meditating and learning and using the seeking impulse and letting the seeking impulse drive everything that you do. That's obedience to God. That's really knowing that you're aligned with God, and that you're seeing through the eyes of God and speaking the words of wisdom that generate that heart activation. Because whenever we're going live or doing a ceremony or doing retreats, in a sense, we are channeling the wisdom. We're just a divine channel. We're just the channel on the TV that's getting everybody kind of hopped up on this spiritual caffeine, if you will. So my PayPal link is in the description below. Just know that you can book private sessions with me, 1 hour for $100, 2 hours for $200, and 45 minutes for $75. So for psychic readings, healings, activations, codes, downloads. So without further ado, this is White Wolf, and I always get on here with the intention, because that's what it's about. It's about setting the precedence. It's about setting the presence, and it's setting the intention and allowing it to affirm everything into a very cohesive and amazing, spontaneous delivery. So your life just has to become, in a sense, like spontaneous. You have to allow it to be spontaneous, but you also have to just allow it to be out of a sense of not service to self. But you have to be of service to self in the very beginning, but it starts to become more than that. We all don't realize what we're doing for the collective all the time in our dreams. Whenever we're meditating, we could be helping someone with a ceremony. We could be helping someone. Our soul is doing so many different things that we don't even realize, that we have no clue about this. So we have no clue about all the things that our soul does, about what we do on a day-to-day basis, and what we're integrating within ourselves, because we're the soul. We're God, in a sense. We're becoming source energy in human form. So we're allowing ourselves to change and transform and to get past what we could not heal from and what we don't want to surround ourselves what we had to heal from. So in a sense, when we become the healer, we're not just becoming a healer, but we're becoming a motivator. We're becoming a sense of empowerment, a sense of encouragement, a sense of compassion, if you will. So when we're able to do this, we're able to do it in a way that's very loving, that's very trusting, that's very amazing, that's very coming from the heart. So when we're all coming from our hearts, and we're all just channeling the light, and we're becoming a channel, and we're just channeling that frequency, and we allow ourselves to just channel what needs to be said, and to allow it to be raw, and to allow it to be authentic, and to allow it to be very real and very wholesome. So you understand that I'm not just saying a bunch of words. I'm not just saying this for my own health. But when I am saying something, I'm using the authority of God's source energy with my words of wisdom, because they have power, they have empowerment, they have things that just make you feel good about yourself. But it's just not about making yourself feel good, but it's just about tapping into the energy of transcendence. Because when someone hears truth, when someone says truth, you know that you feel the source of God within them. Because God is an illusion. Because we have to see God within ourselves and embrace God within ourselves. And we have to see God within every single thing so that we can know the I am source. So in a sense that we're not saying that God is fake. This person said, are we saying God is fake? God is not fake. But God allows us to change what cannot be changed. It allows us to be formless. It allows us to be positionless. It allows us to be omnipresent, in a sense. So God is not fake whatsoever. God is very real. But God itself is an illusion. So we have to see what we are, that we are, in a sense, an illusion, but it's more real than it ever was. Because we can't understand why we live. We have to disassociate ourselves from what we thought we knew. And we have to understand that we're being untaught everything that we learned, so that we can finally realize more of who we are. So it's just realizing that you can alter every single state of being, every experience, every situation, every time that you were not in a state where you could receive, in a sense. That you can alter that. You can alter it to the point to where God can recognize itself. When God can recognize itself and know itself and imbibe itself to the fullest extent, then this means that you are that vitality. You are the restoration. You are a wish that is being fulfilled. The fulfillment comes from that which does not need to be fulfilled. So when someone asks, like, who created God? God appeared into awareness. God is the light of all appearances. So in a sense, when we are the soul and the higher self, we understand that every time that we incarnated here and we appeared in this awareness once again, we are the reflection and made in the image of God. So now that we're standing within the image and the reflection, in the appearance and the illusion of God, that's what we are, and that's how God was created. God is the living manifestation of life. God is the manifestation of life itself. God does not just appear out of nothing. God appears in everything, inside and out. God can appear out of nothing, and everything can be created out of nothing. But God created the manifestation of allness, of all that there is. So if God is everything, then that means everything is a creation and a manifestation of God. So the only way to truthfully manifest and resonate within that absolute reality, the only way that you can do that perfectly, is to understand that you have to see everything in that light. So, and this person says you're making no sense. Allness. Yes, allness. Infinity. Infinitesimally. I am. It doesn't have to be defined or even put right in front of your face to know God. You have to see it from within in order for it to be replicated and duplicated and implicated. So if you want to be the heart of creation, you want to be the heart of the universe, you have to know that light is the appearance of all things. Light is the appearance of everything. Light is what appears before anything appears. So that means God is the manifestation of light that appears before anything happens. So God is before creation and after creation. So God can make the senseless make very much sense. It's all about how you look at it. So we all have to do, at the end of the day, what we're led to do. And a lot of the times it may not look as if you're being loving, as if you're being transcendent, as if you're being dedicated to something that's profound and that you're living cause driven, but you're absolutely doing that because you're being led by the divine and you're not being led by the unconscious or even your subconscious or an unhealed inner child or a state of victim consciousness in a sense. So when you understand that every time that people are dictated by society, by societal norms, by how people dress, by how people walk, by how people talk, by how the banking systems are, by what we're programmed every single day, how we have to be a victim because we don't look like Captain America. I mean, who just naturally looks like Captain fucking America, right? I don't. I don't look like Captain America. So in a sense, you just don't want to feel like you're dictated. You want to feel free. And once again, that's not what I'm saying whatsoever. You're taking what I'm saying out of context and you're internalizing it. That's my whole point, is that we can take something and distort it and make it an illusion itself. So being dictated by anything, rather it's a religion, rather it's programming, rather it's your friends or family or anything of that nature, you can understand that you can disassociate yourself from that dysfunction, even if you have to experience the dysfunction first, to move away from it. Because then you will know truth once you live through it and breathe it, and then you step out of it. And then everything starts to change. So I don't believe that, like this person said, that I think that Christians are not dictated. Now, when people have a religious spirit, they can be very dictated by a harsh, condemning, judgmental Christian spirit. Religious spirit. Let's not say Christian spirit. Religious spirit. And people can do this with spirituality as well. And people can do this in any other type of religion or spirituality or Buddhism. They can think one way is just one way. But all paths lead to God. That means that you just be led by the divine in your own way, in your own unique divine way. So you don't follow one book, you don't follow one person, you don't follow anything, but you only are led by the divine. Because people can read a book and give their power away to that book and feel like they're empowered and use it as a weapon. Or somebody can be so spiritually evolved and have to feel like they have to use their power in a negative sense. That's not power. But true power means that you don't have to give off that sense that you're powerful. You just know it, but you walk in it in a graceful manner. So, somebody on the feed is triggered, but it's okay. Because we all have to learn from this, to really heal from it, and to realize from it, and to finally act upon who we are. And to generate this sense of intellectual ability to be divinely orchestrated within the ways of the Spirit, the truth of the Spirit, and the divinity of the Spirit. Or else you're just led by unconscious, dysfunctional ways of seeing and believing, and then you give your power away all the time, and you are just stuck. So it does not matter, because at the end of the day, it only matters what the divine says about you and what God says about you. So if you want to become truly aligned, become truly aligned. If you want to become prosperous, find ways to be prosperous. If you want to find ways to be authentic and raw, live out your truth and stand in it, and don't let any boundaries and set boundaries, and don't let anything go in your way and try to shake you off the path. Find your freedom, find your center, and center yourself, and know that the freedom of expression is allowing you to tap into different gateways of yourself. And that's truth. Because God does not judge. God does not frown upon. God does not see one way. It does not create one way. But God creates in every single way, in every sense of the word. So there's not one way that God can create. God can create in so many different ways that it can utterly surprise you and be spontaneous and exciting and exuberant of source energy. So, but we will be doing a meditation. So if you want to take part in this meditation and tap into more of the heart and allow the mind to align with the heart, and then that can align with the body. So that's what we're going to focus on with this meditation. So what I want you to do is I want you to take a very deep breath. Exhale. Ease the tension in your life. Relax yourself. And don't allow anything that you were healed from to come into your awareness and to be able to distort it and generate an illusion or a parallel reality or a set of experiences that you do not resonate with. But with this open-eyed obedience to your higher self, to God, to your guides, allow God to guide you. Allow God to nurture you in such a way that it's never been done before. We don't need to fight for justice. God already has our best interests at hand. There are no such things as judgmental thoughts, condemning ways of seeing, distorted ways of having perspectives and arguments and regurgitating the same thing. Instead, have a new approach, have a different perspective, have this motivating sense that you don't allow yourself to tap into that energy. Because it never brings you hope, it never brings you love, it never feels like you're supported in that realm. Do what supports you, do what inspires you, do what makes you feel in vibrational alignment with who you are. Take another deep breath. Exhale. If there have been things that you've been wanting to do in your life, but you've been afraid to act on them, but you hear that still voice of spirit, you hear that whisper of spirit, that nudge in the right direction, that sense of direction, that sense of prophetic words, visions, dreams, imagination that comes from spirit, telling you what you need to do, initiating you into the next step, following your highest excitement without having the outcome outlined for you. Accept that you are the appearance of all manifestations of states of I am. Know that you are the beginning and that you are the never-ending aqua river flow of God's source energy and the great I am. Don't worry, be happy. And allow yourself to let go completely. And allow yourself to be plugged back in. And allow yourself to be that TV channel that's always on, that's always on point, that is just there and it's just present. And counterbalance all of the negative in the world with love. You have absolute trust in the universe. Your faith is automatic. It is all the time. You are positionless and you are omnipresent. Take another deep breath. Exhale. Everything has already been created, and everything is absolutely rigged in our favor. It's just a matter of if we're willing to accept it. If we're going to accept it within our hearts, if we're truthfully just going to walk in the blessing, emulate the blessing, and live by the truth of the Spirit, the fruits of the Spirit, and by the alignment of the Spirit. Take one last deep breath. Exhale. And as light codes are being sent out to all of you, when I snap my fingers, you'll come back to. You'll have a greater sense of clarity. You will know who you are, and you'll become the oracle of love, light, and wisdom. So take one last big deep breath. Exhale. Knocked over my lighter. So thank you guys so much for for tuning into this live feed. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I hope you were blessed by this message, and just want to let you guys know that I just do what I'm led to do when I go on here. I just get on here when I feel the push, when I feel led to do it, when I do my videos. I do it because I want to inspire people. I want to help people understand their psychic abilities and to know that it doesn't matter about all the negativity in the world. It doesn't matter about all these other things. It does not matter about these illusions. It does not matter about all these appearances, all these objects, all of these limiting beliefs. You can throw that all the way in the trash because it doesn't mean jack shit. So also just know, guys, you can book private sessions with me. I'm White Wolf. 1 hour for $100, 2 hours for $200, and 45 minutes for $75. So, and thank you for the person who commented. That was not a weird comment. Love comes in many different forms. So love is what counterbalances everything in this world. It all comes back from love. There's only love within this entire universe that allows us to tap into who we really are. So understanding that the gift and the blessing is just using that blessing to set an example that other people can be blessed. And just know that you can absolutely be blessed if you want to be, but you have to make that choice. You can impart change if you really want to, but you have to make that distinction if that's what you want to do. And just be distinct and unique in your vibration. And all of the other stuff in the world that people give their power away to, you don't have to associate yourself with that. So, thank you guys so much. Feel free to share out. Feel free to donate. We just did a meditation. If you guys feel led, you can always donate. My PayPal link is down there. And also 1 hour for $100, 2 hours for $200, and 45 minutes for $75. So thank you guys. Follow me on YouTube, White Wolf the Oracle of Loveline Wisdom. Facebook, the same thing. Instagram, whitewolf4741. Also, BitChute is a new platform, White Wolf the Oracle 23_@. You can find me anywhere and all that jazz. So without further ado, this is White Wolf. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope that you guys felt blessed by it. I hope you dedicate yourselves more, and just know that we're all here to heal. We're all here to find out what our heaven is. So thank you guys so much. And this is White Wolf. God bless, and namaste.